Greetings and salutations, everyone. We are gonna try something else today. I had a request from a couple of friends to try playing Rimworld, so I'm going to do that. I actually have a decent amount of experience with this game. We are going to be using some mods. If you would like to pause the video and look at the mods I'm using so you can try them out for yourself, you can, but these are currently in the right mod order, according to my knowledge. But this just makes the game a little more interesting for me. Makes the game a lot more challenging for me. Definitely throws some hard to think about things your way. You got to think about things like different, like a lot more factions, a lot more things you can do with these factions, easier, better to complete goals, all of those kinds of things. So if you're interested in the mods, feel free to use those. But we're going to start a new colony, and we're going to go with Crash Landed. We're going to be doing Randy Random because, from all of my knowledge, Randy Random is the most interesting. These other two characters, they like to do an upwards curve, where over time it gets a little more challenging. That's kind of like Cassandra Classic's thing. Chillax is like kind of too laid back, honestly. I think she gives you a little too much room. Unless you're playing on Savage. Like I remember one time with Savage, she gave me it's like a pack of 200 manhunting buffalo or something like that, and I was not ready for it. But Randy Random, he's amazing. I like all kinds of interesting, entertaining games I've had from him. So I'm gonna play on rough. We're gonna do commitment mode. Anything that happens stays. I don't want to even have the chance to facilitate anything malicious on my end. So what you see is what I will be playing the entire time. Some other people, for saving reasons, like to use reload anytime mode, but I actually found a way around that. If you're curious about that, just let me know. But yeah, I'm able to use commitment mode, so I'm going to do that for the recording. Next, we're going to think of some kind of fun seed. I want this world to be as overwhelmingly random as possible. So I think I want to name this world Dice. And then globe coverage, you know what? It might take an extra second to load, but a full world might be fun. You never know. It might facilitate us having more to deal with or more challenge. Usually the load percentages don't really matter to me, so I don't really mind anyway. I have a couple of presets I could use, but I'll go through the character creation just so that you guys see the thought processes of it. Because I am playing on commitment mode and because I'm playing on rough, I will be using EDB prepare carefully. So this allows us to mess around with the point values that are given to us from the game. I do want to keep the points limited, and I have seen many requests on the forums to how to do that. So I'll be trying that. We're gonna go with somewhere mountainous. This is the first playthrough I'm gonna do, and I want it to last a couple of episodes. I'm gonna go with a biome I feel comfortable with. So I'm gonna be looking for year-round growing, marble, and no caves. So proximity to a road is nice, but not needed. Also, mountainous is the thing I'm looking for. So I'm gonna bounce around here. Usually, like near deserts are pretty good to find what I'm looking for. Got an enemy faction right there. That's the CIS Star Wars Battle Droids faction. They're pretty brutal, honestly. I try to friend them if I can. with more faction interaction. I don't know if anybody's used that mod. But it's all up to chance. If I can't find year-round growing, I will do 50 out of 60 days. Marble Blast Caves. I'm just bouncing around the world right now. It doesn't not really attached to any one area yet. We got mountain, we got marble. 40 out of 60 though. I mean, I guess I could be okay with not being there. Ooh, marble caves though. We got marble year-round. Yeah, see, this is perfect. I'm far enough away from any faction. I think distance still matters to getting raided. I won't be able to trade with people as easy right here. But you know, this is like a nice little patch of planet for just us, you know. Let's go next. And I'm gonna prepare carefully. So essentially I have the androids mod. Oop, my bad. So I have the androids mod. So I'm gonna want 1 tier 2 or tier 3 android and then 2 humans. So let's try to get a tier 2 android. Oh, I just had one. Oh, I just had another one. I'm so quick to click. Oh my, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I just had a third one. Alright, force time the charm. Somebody has probably said that. Yep, there we go. And then the other two, I don't really care about their looks. They can be anyone they want to be. But I don't want them to be, like, over 60. So, like, yeah, EDB prepare carefully is a little cheese at times. But a thing you gotta think about is, like, we're gonna be playing on rough. We may not get another good person for the rest of the game. So that's something we're gonna have to deal with. We're just gonna randomly roll these until we don't get them incapable of none. There we go. And then him as well. Oh, he already had none. Jacob the engineer is not. Essentially, we're gonna want 1 grower. She's got cool green hair. Maybe she can be the grower, you know. But I'm trying not to use over, I'd say, 20,000 points. Because I usually notice that after 20,000 points, it gets really OP. So let's make 1 person a melee and 2 have a decent shooting skill. Because that's what the game's gonna give us, is 2 guns and a melee weapon. If anybody hasn't played this game before, it's just you drop with a rifle, a hand cannon, and a knife. So it'll be that. So the idea is our people have less diversity overall, but have a decent level of aptitude in particular skills. So we want her to be good in plants. We're gonna give her a 10 in plants, but she's gonna essentially be the support for like all of our food. So we'll give her an 8. I'm just trying to watch my points here. I mean, even 15,000 is a little much at times. But we will make a minor researcher. So early on, he will be mining, but later on, he'll be doing things like crafting and researching. And then Jacob is going to be the constructor and the miner. And then we'll also make the person who researches our warden. Actually, no. Let's do that with the plant person because they're lacking skills. And we'll give her some good social skills. As for these, we're also gonna want to get rid of as many of these as we can. And it's that general, if we have a person to start off with, we probably don't want too much of a negativity. I won't give them super OP stats, but like if you can see, like beautiful, like look how much that just gave to our score. We're trying to standard 15,000. That's actually pretty expensive. So we're not really going to be able to give them any good traits because we focused really hard on those good skills, and that's okay. But if we really wanted to, an important thing to do would be to make somebody a doctor. That's more important. Having a doctor, even having a backup, not as passionate, but just backup doctor would be nice too. Let's see, we'll have 2 medical people. And yeah. As for our boy Jacob, I'm not gonna give him any more passions, but he can be like a residual cooker, or crafter, not cooker. Oh my god. But that's about our point max. They're not incapable of anything, but they don't have any good traits either. So they're pretty run-of-the-mill people. And then we got Scarlet Welsh, and I like the rest of their stuff. It's kind of cool. So let's start our world up. And excuse me for that burp. But let's start up our world. Let's see what the game gives us. Hopefully my goal is to have like some kind of mountain structure with a valley in between it as a good place to defend. So the idea is just somewhere that's kind of easy to defend, maybe like look, like we got one of these steam geysers like right here. That's super good. So essentially, if you guys don't know, in this game raids come from the tops, or essentially, like say I want to build something. Anywhere in this area, like outside of these white lines, is where a raid can come from. If it's blocked off, you haven't discovered it yet, a raid can't come from there. But raids will come from anywhere in here. So we gotta ask ourselves, we want to be essentially central of the map, since a raid can come from anywhere, hardest to get to us. So we want to build essentially a bottleneck that protects us. So like this right here would be good to build a bottleneck on, because it's on a lower section of the map. Yeah, people from this part can come really quickly, but everybody else has to walk all the way around, and they will path, because while say a 1 wood thick wall here wouldn't be that thick, but a door is going to be even weaker, so the raiders are going to target things like that. So that's just like some late game talk, just explaining some things I'm thinking while we're building. Looks like we got ourselves a lovely chemical processing unit. What? Oh, it's kind of like a it's like a robotic animal from the Androids mod. So yeah, we got like a robot animal. It looks like a robot chicken, even, is what I want to say. I don't remember that show when I was little, but yeah. So let's get some weapons. Let's get everything unbanned. Looks like we got a herd of wild boars right here. I'll make some good early game food. But let's make Scarlet wears, she's a melee person, right? Yeah, we're gonna make her wear this. Welsh, you're gonna grab the revolver. Jacob, you're gonna grab the bolty. And then we're gonna get some work priorities made. So when you're playing this game, if you've never played this game before, there's essentially priorities. So if something hasn't been done before their main task, they'll do it first. So what this lets us do is I can have a secondary and a primary person for most tasks. So Jacob will construct before he mines. Or let's say Welsh can help, if I put it at 1, he will help with mining before he even touches research or let's say crafting. Hauling and cleaning is always difficult. I kind of just put them all on 2. So they, or even even one is hard with research because I wish research was in front of haul and clean. But I usually do this when I'm starting up. It's the thing that's the most helpful for me. It's the way that I can keep them prioritized as well as possible. So if we're gonna be defending from there, or even if we build some kind of defense up here, we're gonna have to worry about immediate attacks until we get that defense set up. So I'm thinking we build into the mountain. Most people, they don't build in the mountains because they don't like infection, or not infection, like bug attacks. You'll see one eventually, but I'm a man of risk, you know. I want to suffer. I want to cry. So I'm thinking there's some kind of cave right here, or at least small structure. I know I didn't see caves. Sometimes the game likes to trick you and likes to generate them anyway. I'm thinking 23. Let's build like that for right now. So 23. So yeah, I like to build 2 wide hallways, and so having it even would be nicer. So yeah, essentially I dig into the mountains on the first day. Nice thing about the androids mod is while they do use up more food, they will actually they don't need to sleep. So the innate advantage of the android is I can have a worker continuously work while the other 2 sleep. So as long as I can get like an initial setup going, I don't have to worry about the need to have a worker who has an important task work at night. I'm gonna play on ×2 for now. I might jump up or down depending on what I'm doing, but it just all depends. Oh, I'm such an idiot. But I think today our goal is going to be to set up some farms, build that initial area, and then see where we are at the end of that. I'm trying to avoid having a video longer than, say, 35 minutes. Some of my other videos are already pretty long, but we'll see what we can do in that amount of time. I also have the agricultural mod, so tilled soil is a thing. Essentially, tilled soil is fertile soil. Just lets you place fertile soil. I think the negative effects of tilled soil, though, is once you put down tilled soil, you can't put deep mining drills over it or something like that. So we'll see when we get there. It's starting to rain in our world. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have our builder, or even that's a little too big. I like to do like 5x5s. I don't know why I did a 10x10. I like to do a couple of 5x5s to start off with. And that's just to make a couple of growing areas. I like to grow rice, berries, cotton, and heel root to start off with. We already got some heel root here though. But yeah, it seems like a decently peaceful area. Not too bad so far. We'll get to the pain when we get there. But for now we should be okay. We got our robot chicken. He's pretty cool. Looks like his name is Elrarion. Maybe I don't think the robot animals have genders. Do androids? Yeah, androids do, because I think they're trying to mimic human gender. But it doesn't look like the chicken does. Yeah, I'm just gonna get her to cut all these trees. Just so later I can place a windmill here or something. I am like halfway through the first day, so I'm gonna have to start worrying about beds, I think. I don't think I'm gonna be able to build anything in time. Yeah, let me build 2 wooden beds here. This will just be like a little tiny temporary shelter, obviously. I'm gonna up it to ×3. If there's a certain speed you guys want to see the game run at, let me know. I'll try to keep it around there if the desire is expressed. Otherwise, I'll try to play on ×3 a decent portion of the time, just so that you're not sitting here for hours on end while we watch our lovely man Welsh and Jacob carve out the beginnings of our lovely, lovely home. I don't know exactly what the goal will be yet. I kind of like think of a goal as I play. But yeah, I want to at least get the base started. At least show you guys a couple of things that I'm thinking. It looks like there's a nice pile of wood right here. Let's see what else we got around the map. We got jade there, obviously. I think I saw that when I spawned in. The edges of the map, a lot of the edges of the map actually have mountain. I haven't seen some with this much. Looks like we got marble. What's that? Granite. Some iron right there. More iron right there. Got some meals. Nice. More marble, more granite. I'm not really seeing the ancient danger. One spawns on every map if you haven't played this game before. It's basically a vault filled to the brim with something bad in some way, shape, or form. We got silver there. Yeah, just more marble. Looks like this area up here is sandstone. We got compacted machinery. I was hoping to live like more in a marble alcove like that. That's a little too small for my liking. Marble, when it's polished or mined or carved or built, will actually be a higher beauty score, because in this game NPCs have thoughts, they have needs, and so they'll actually make I'll make marble things, and those marble things make them really happy because they look really cool. So we're gonna make some growing zones. Let me unpause the game here. I'm thinking rice, strawberries. Let's do cotton, or actually I'll do heel root here. I'll do one more food. I don't know if this is enough food or not. I'll do potato, and then for our grower, just have something to do, and our builder can work on this too. We will use tilled soil. I want to avoid using this ground because there's going to be a heat generator there eventually. 10 by 16. I'll do 20. I like round numbers. In the 10s. Those ones always make me happy. And then we'll make a... Ooh, got a little bit of lag there. We'll make a nice cotton farm here for our grower. Because making clothes is a good way to make money early game. Or even slightly into the late game. So we'll have her look on that. Welsh and our lovely Lady Scarlet probably are going to have to sleep again before we get this first part of the base done. I'll get some recreation out for them because I think they're getting a little sad about that. Do a horseshoe pen right here. Like you have like the farm, and then you have like your community horseshoe pen where everybody gets together and tells stories and talks about their day. What a life. Oh, looks like we got a manhunter pack. That's the rough coming in. We got like 2 capybaras. Is that it? Man, what a scary manhunter pack, am I right? I didn't actually get the need defenses message yet, which usually they try to throw at you before first attack. That's what I was actually hoping on. Let's use like the rocks as a natural defense barrier. But these animals, they're gonna walk through here. Watch these capybaras. Looks like our lovely boy Jacob's already trying to make shots. Oop, the capybaras are making the dodge. Oop, oh. Come on, get a shot in. Come on, get a shot in. Oh, looks like Scarlet's gonna have to get in on this. Ooh, Jacob's getting messed up. I really did not want Jacob being the one getting hit here. Oh god. Jacob doesn't have to sleep, so him being injured actually hurts the colony a lot too. So yeah, we can have everybody dispersed now. I'll make a medical bed for Jacob, I guess. Let's have you work on a medical bed for yourself. And then, construction box. It's like really low. And then, do you want to tend to Jacob? Mr. Dr. Man. And then, yeah, we'll work on our structure here. So I'm thinking up here, freezer down here, entertainment area for like eating, and then start a production room, more freezer, build some hallways, make it look all nice and pretty. Get somebody on stone crafting as quickly as I can. So yeah, I will probably do the wall, the base there, have a door there, have a door there. I also have the replace mod. So one thing you will notice is how I'm able to build walls. Here, I'll show you. I'm able to build walls inside of stone. It essentially allows you to place an order on top of an order. And it's like really good for micromanagement when you're building a huge thing. So you don't have to click a bunch of different things, because that was always a tedious thing you had to deal with in Rimworld. And I'm just happy that there was a mod to fix it. So yeah, we'll build our dining room like this, that should be enough room for a dining room for a long time. I don't think I'll be getting any more than like 5 to 10 people for a couple of episodes. Yeah. So our base is coming along. It's at an okay pace. We're gonna run into a couple of issues. There's gonna be some events that happen. Jacob's healing, so there's really not gonna be anyone actually building here. So we're just gonna hope that Welsh doesn't get crushed. But yeah, the constructor is out of commission very early game, which is kind of debilitating for a colony. When you got one person who can build, and now everybody has to wait on him to feel better. Let's see how he's doing, actually. So the androids are a little weird. They have like different parts. Essentially, they have like coolant instead of blood, and it takes a long time for that coolant to regenerate itself. I think there's like mechanites or something in them. So one of the debuffs for androids from knowledge is they're a little tougher, yeah, but they take an extensive amount of time to actually properly come back. I have the double door mod, which is one of my favorite mods. So you'll see that a bunch. As for other things that I'm working on, or other mods that I have that are interesting, I have an extended power mod, because one thing that a lot of players notice is that we run into an issue where late game there's like not many sources of power, and so what ends up happening is we have to resort to like going on genocides and hoping that the unlimited battery mod, or not mod, there's like an unlimited battery essentially thing you can get from a event, and it's very hard to obtain, very risky to obtain, and players think that it's a nice balance for it to be that risky, but there's some ridiculous things I had to do to get some power cells. Like there was one, I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so we're thinking of our name. See, I want to name ourselves something that I think the bandits just they won't be able to tell that we even exist. We're gonna call ourselves a con club, obviously, just to you know, make sure that they don't know we're a bad faction. And then I don't know, what's a good name for a settlement? I like the ones that they randomize sometimes. Alantar, settlement by the desert. Are we even next to a desert? Can we go to the world's hat? No. Quatail, Frankel City. That one's pretty good. Longfellow, Hatesman and Con Club. Hatesman. You know, that sounds like a wonderful place to go. Where'd you go on vacation, Bill? You know, I went to Hatesman. I didn't hate it too bad. It sounds like a pretty nice place. Yeah, but we got the colony started. We got some buildings in progress, and I think I'm gonna cut it here for today. If you guys like this, if this kind of video interests you, let me know. I might make more series based around Rimworld at some point. But for now, I think I'm just going to make this one every other day and the Zomboid one every other day. And I'm going to have Saturday as my off day where I don't make anything. Thursdays, I'm planning on doing a Minecraft stream with me and a load of friends. So if stuff like that interests you, there'll be that to check out too. But if you have anything that you're interested in seeing, any concerns, complaints, questions, feel free to message me on Discord or in the comments. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one.